Hey guys, how's it going? Um, I'm coming on tonight. It's another night with my son passed out, so I decided to come on. I want to do a preclude of like what happened last week. Actually, for those of you that did watch, you must have seen me that I was in some heavy guilt about what had transpired in my life. So I had to take a couple days and really reflect on what had transpired. And it wasn't the first incident. I feel like I've now realized another level of special ops integration against me. And it's something very simple and plain to see, but at the same time, when you're in it, when you're living in it, you may be too close to the situation and not have a good view of it. Because, like I said, for some videos months before, I was running into people over and over again. So I think what was transpiring is like after I went through my narcissistic trial, I got through that, or at least I believed I had got through that. I started to see a settling time. And then as that settling time took over, where I had like spaced myself away from my narcissist acts, oh, if you guys hear like shots, it's just fireworks. It's May 24 here in Toronto. So people bust off firecrackers and stuff. But so what was happening after I got over my act, or was working on getting over everything that had happened, I started noticing the asinine people that never came into my existence. So there's two ways I had to look at this. Looking back now, since I got through my last situation, I saw something and I want to share that with you guys. And I actually had a revelation that came from Father God again, always coming through for me. Sometimes on this path, we can lose faith in ourselves, but as long as we stay close and have faith in God, we'll make it through. Because I truly feel like that's what happened again, because I was really distraught about how I had acted in that last video. But there's a real good moral to this story. And also at the same time, too, I hope that if you're going through something similar, I can share what I'm going through and the levels I need to see myself in order to go to the next level. So hopefully this helps. So in the last video I had posted that I kind of retaliated against somebody in the park. And this was happening more and more. You have to understand this stuff has not been happening in my life for a very long time. So after the narcissist thing, I feel like because I was getting over that, there was this need to disrupt my sense of calmness. I could feel it in the air for some months now. It was like as I was progressing, as I was doing, more things geared towards heightening and raising my awareness, I noticed that there were different types of things coming at me, and this was one of them. So the first intersection was maybe back in February-ish. I was just at Walmart, and there was a huge line waiting to check out at the cash register, and this woman fully looked at all of us. And I think I was like second in line after this gentleman in front of me. And she looked at all of us, and then she like decided to just enter. Meanwhile, there was like 15 people in line. So no one was reacting at all. Like the people that worked there weren't, like they were sort of reacting, but not really. So I stepped in and I said something, but again, it was like more vulgar than it was heartfelt. So that was fail number one. Then I was on the bus and I tried to push my cart, and there was a woman who was like collapsed over luggage, and I couldn't get through with the cart. And so I said, hey, like I banged the bag, and the woman woke up and she moved her bag, and I saw that I had done that misguidedly too. So that was failure number two. Number three was actually 2 weeks ago. I was going to get money before I was going to Mexico. I was going to the US or the exchange place. And I'm on the streetcar, and literally a guy with like tattoos all over him of like upside down pentacles, all this stuff. He sits right across from me. I have my sunglasses on, and he's staring at me. And he comes up to me, like in my face almost, and is like, I don't believe in Jesus. Jesus is the devil. The devil does the work of Jesus. This guy was going off, okay? So I just sat there and I was like, well, I work for Jesus. So I'm like, maybe you should get off of that seat and you should move, type of thing. So again, too direct. Maybe should have tried to convert him into the thoughts that Jesus is not who he believes him to be. Maybe not following Satan anymore. That probably would have been the way to go about it, or at least attempt. So that was my third chance, and I failed it. So then they give me this guy in the park, and I failed it again. Because I feel like there's a huge loop happening, because like basically I get over the narcissist thing, and then I keep getting these asinines coming in my face doing unjust things, and I just lose it. So I find like this pattern keeps happening and happening. And from the last video, I realized that there's a sense of anger. There's something that I haven't gotten over yet. So I stopped making videos for like several days. I just wanted to sit and think about it. I was like, what is it? Like, I know I have a lot of different angers for different reasons. But this is deep-seated. The fact that I'm actually projecting the anger that I feel inside through these clowns that I'm interceding with. Makes me realize that like I have a hand in this projection. So I have to sit there and analyze what is the formulation, what is the deep-seated reasoning behind this. And I actually got a message and an answer today, and it brought me to tears, so I wanted to share it with you. I've also got a poem that I made last night, which actually works beautifully with the message I received today. So it's like I channeled the poem yesterday, and then I got this beautiful gift from God today to really seal the deal. And I hope if I'm given this test one more time, I will not fail. But so it's the last couple of days I've been helping my mom do some gardening, get my mind off of things and whatnot, getting my hands dirty. I've been putting up the TV brackets, stuff like that, just trying to get my head in order for like what happened, because I felt really bad about it. And all I kept thinking to myself is like, God's not mad about it. You know what I mean? She has a good way of teaching through those moments, And there was a couple things that I, had found in my midst of doing some gardening, and I put them on the table, and then one actually got cleaned up. And it was right before I was outside and I was drawing. I draw sometimes too. And I was just like puzzled. And I'm like, what is it that I'm not facing? What is it that I'm not doing? What is it I'm not seeing? And this little metallic, I think it's silver, could be, found it on the table with all the things I found in the garden. And what it represents is, if you can see, I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. It's a man, like an old man. I mean, olden days, like Jesus days, with a staff, holding a little boy. Sorry, a little boy here. It's a man holding his little boy. And right then and there, I realized what it was. Because after everything I've gone through, I could handle everything that was put up against me. But I guess my anger and where all of this resentment is coming from, and why I'm sharing this, is because some of us might be facing something similar, was geared towards injustice. And I guess out of the whole situation I faced, there is still one injustice I never got over, which was that because I see fathers all the time carrying their sons on their shoulders at the park every day. And it doesn't matter where I go, I see fathers engaging with their sons. And they're just proud of them, right? And after what my situation was, my ex doesn't come to see his son at all. So that's something I could never, or at least I haven't figured out, or I need to heal with, because healing is all we can do to get through these loops and cycles and like mini karmic trials that we put ourselves through. I have to be able to release this idea of the, not release it, but like, and ultimate wish it, because I have to hope that there's going to be a better father, a better someone for my son out there. And in a way, I felt like that little, it's so crazy, but I kind of feel like that's God. I mean, Father God anyways, holding my son up on his shoulder, saying, you're going to get through this. And I know it's something that most people wouldn't associate, but like the fact that that was in the ground, and it's what I found today when I was asking that question. It's very important to realize that sometimes we do fail on our own beliefs and our own desires and our own dreams and wishes sometimes. And then God comes in and says, hey, like, you never gave up on me, so I haven't given up on you. And it was just the perfect thing to bring me back to that reality. So on that note, give me a second. I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to read the poem for today, if that's cool with all of you. Oh. But I hope everyone had a good day. It's a beautiful weekend. At least it's getting nice and warm over here in Toronto finally. But yeah, there's people out at the park and they're just like popping off fireworks and stuff. So this is the poem. I'll just turn the music down just a little. I was feeling an 80s vibe today. So this is what I meant. I did this last night because, again, I was really pondering all the things that I need to get through. I hope when the next instigation happens, I will pass it. I have to. I can't make that mistake. I have to really see who I am. So this is how this poem went off, was, who is here if I am not? Who shows up if I do not? With purpose against damnation as the plot. It thickens as wizards stir the pot. The Holy One sings, for they be not. Now every folly has ringing in their ears. They feel hot. Sometimes not knowing the end of the story, hold up with pride and all of our glory, even if those in life never say sorry. Heaven's unfolding for wonder abounding. Oh, can't you hear the trumpets are sounding? Heralds they sing as love is surrounding. Finding your heart in the darkness, no scratches or wounding, intactness. Finding loops and trip-ups to heal and renew with kindness. The heart battles all, victories won, wars waged for some. Some losses, some strife, all shadows, too light. Resurrection and Most High, all is presiding, all rise. So, as you can see, this idea at the end with the poem about how the all is presiding and how we all must rise fit perfectly into this little piece. I want to call it a heart piece. I don't know, it's like perfect. Because it really let me see what I'm holding on to. And I have to release that. And I have to believe that. Like, I know God's got my back. And I know that I have to let go of things, and it's hard because it's not to do with me per se. It's about what I feel like I have done that may have caused some injury to my son. So realistically, that was weighing really heavy on my heart. But now I feel like there is going to be a triumphant end for my son, in the sense that someone else will come and someone else will be my partner alongside me on this journey. So this is my message of hope and love to you all. We all make mistakes, and I am definitely not someone who has not made mistakes. But I hope that just like all of us, like we learn, we grow, we show, we care, we move forward. And I can't just see this. I stumbled, I fell, I did. Next time I gotta reach out a hand and try to kiss a leper, like, I don't mean that. I'm sorry, I make a joke out of it, but I really do feel like that's what what we're all being called to do, because it's easy for us to snap or react, and that's what I did. And I mean, Yeshua's our true king, and we just have to follow him and follow what he's been doing while he was down here, and he did it with so much elegance and so much style. So I have a lot of training to do, because I've got volumes of that to get through, because once I can battle this and those irritants disappear, I'll realize that I've healed, and the next loop will come, and I'll have to get through that and go on, trying to get as high as I can. I don't know how much time we've got, but as long as I'm breathing, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going. So perfect song. If you guys don't know this song, it's a good one. Send me an angel. Send me an angel. Yeah, so this is how I'm feeling. I think we're all going to find our angels. We're all going to find our happiness. We're all going to find something great. It's not like I don't have work to do, because those people piss me off. I'm not going to lie. But I got to find a way to transmute on the go, transmute in the moment, because that definitely was a trigger. That definitely was the next course of action that his Prince of Darkness decided to go after, because I think in some ways, and again, our Father always teaches through these narcissists and these ding-dongs and everyone we face, because really it's a reflection that we create, because we still got traumas and things that we got to work through. So technically they're learning tools, so we got to bust through them and keep going. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. I hope you guys liked my poem. I just keep doing what I'm doing. I hope I can shed more light on loops and I guess ego shedding. And yeah, ego shedding. I think, like Yeshua told me years ago, it's just like an onion, and it unravels layer by layer. So ultimately, or you put on a layer. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. I don't know if you put on a layer or take off a layer. And you reach higher. I don't know. But until next time, guys, I love you all, and have a blessed night, and bye-bye for now. Oh, yeah, if you like what I'm saying, please subscribe. I think it's about that time. I have 25 beautiful subscribers. I wouldn't change them for anything. I really do appreciate every single hand I've shaked. Like, literally. Because, I mean, I follow a lot of people, but I know it's only a matter of time, like finds like and all that jazz. So add me if you like. All right. Good night. Bye.